Talk about how wonderful this experience is. I see there's people from all over. They're going to be learning about nonviolent social change and the 6 principles from Dr. King. Talk about how important this training is.
Yes, this is the dream of Mrs. Coretta Scott King, who's the architect of the King Center, and she designed this for the education, training, and research in Dr. King's philosophy. And we've been doing this since the 80s, institutions, training, all over the world. And so it has a philosophy that's universal. It's not just bordered by the United States of America. And it also works in your home with your relationships and also social change. There's 6 principles and 6 steps. And Dr. King wrote these principles and steps after the Montgomery bus boycott, sharing with the world how you can change conditions, relate to people, and use coalitions, that you don't have to use violence in your change that you want.
What do you want people to take away from this training this week?
Number one, that this training is applicable in 2019. It's not 1960 civil rights movement. And number 2, that there's much more of Dr. King's philosophy than protesting and marching. And this also works as a personal in the workforce violence and any type of violence that you're involved with human beings.
What type of impact did Dr. King and his family leave on this entire earth? I mean, people just, they hear his name, they're like, oh, he was a civil rights leader, but talk about the impact he made on so many people.
Unbelievable. He studied for 21 years before he came out with the philosophy. And in that 21 years, he was asking and searching for truths of how do you change people without using violence and conditions. And so he said, God gave us the goal and the spirit, and Mahatma Gandhi gave me the method. So he used a little bit about Mahatma Gandhi to change conditions. And we call it the Nonviolence 365, which was designed by Dr. King. It's very narrow. There's hundreds of books written on nonviolence, but Dr. King is very narrow and very specific. And so there's over 100 cities and countries around the world that celebrate Dr. King's birthday. So his impact not only on the United States, but on the world. Some places where he never went, they're still celebrating his birthday.